Steve, can you first just talk about what it means to have three UCLA players, more than any other school drafted in the first round?
Well, we're very excited for the young men. These are three young men that worked extremely hard for us, bought into our new program, being first-year coaches at UCLA, and they just did a tremendous job of laying our foundation and doing everything we ask and worked extremely hard. So it's great seeing them and their families happy and having a situation like they're experiencing now is an awful lot of fun. And obviously it's terrific for our program to have three guys go in the first round. We were hoping Dave and Trav might make the second round, but with that said, I think they'll get in summer leagues and be able to prove themselves as well because they're outstanding players.
Steve, with Kyle Anderson, why are you happy, or why does it make sense for him to land with a team like San Antonio given his skill set?
Well, a tremendous franchise. When you talk about all the franchises in the NBA, if you ask anybody, San Antonio is probably one of the first ones out of everybody's mouth. So for Kyle to get selected there, I think he's in a perfect situation. Coach Popovich and his staff do an incredible job of utilizing talent, and Kyle has a very special skill set where he can play a lot of different positions, but I think why he really fits that program is he's got incredible basketball IQ. He really understands how to play the game, and I think that'll be a great fit.
What do you think he still needs to improve on if you had to pick a few things?
Like everybody, coming out of college and learning to play at that level, the pace at which you have to defend and playing 82 plus games, after exhibition games and playoff games, you're in excess of 100 games where most of these kids are playing somewhere between 30 and 40. So it's just that grind of understanding how to adjust to the incredible pace at both ends and the pace of your lifestyle. It's just different. But as far as skill set, he's ready to jump into that level right now, skill set wise.
Do you think that, I know he has the name Slow-Mo, but has he impressed you at times with maybe how fast that he can be or how quick he can be?
Well, I think the Slow-Mo, again, it's just me. I've been here just 1 year with him, but to me it's because he has the incredible ability to slow the game down and it's about making the right plays at the right time. And I've never thought it's because he plays slow. He used to shoot the ball a little bit slow, but he really worked on that in the offseason and had a great year this year for us shooting the basketball, nearly 50% from three. He had a little bit of a slow release, and he really worked on that. But I think a lot of people kind of say that just because he always makes the right play, and there are not a lot of players that have the ability to take a really fast game and in their mind slow it to where they can make the right decisions all the time, and he does that so well.
You've been compared to Boris Diaw so much. Is that something that you see in him that his game is kind of compared to Boris's similarity there?
Yeah, possibly could. The one difference, there's all kinds of differences, whether it be in Boris's game or his game, but he does have the unique ability to be a point guard at 6'9" with an incredible wingspan. He has the ability offensively, in particular, to run the show, and there haven't been a lot of those guys with that size to be able to do that.
Do you see anything in San Antonio that will surprise people that maybe we don't know, or people don't know in San Antonio about him that will surprise?
No, it's not a surprise. I think it's just a terrific fit because it's an incredibly winning program. They understand winning at every level of the organization, and they're getting somebody that competes on every possession, and I think that's what the staff's going to like, the organization's going to like, and the fans are going to like, is you've got not only an individual's got a very good skill set, but every day in practice, every one of our games, every minute that he played, he just doesn't take plays off. He does a great job of competing to win in everything that he does, and I think the fans of San Antonio are really going to appreciate that.
Well, is there anything surprising about his personality? Kyle's personality, anything surprising about that?
No.
Steve, he's a guy that you guys obviously inherited there at UCLA. I'm wondering if you could tell me your first impressions of him, because obviously he's not the greatest athlete in the world, and he doesn't have that body of Statue of David body. I'm wondering what you thought you were getting when you walked into that program out of Thailand.
Well, it's always about how you spin, whether it's individuals, programs, that kind of thing. But with him, you've got somebody with a 7'3" wingspan, somebody that can play the point, and has, as I mentioned before, as good a basketball IQ that I've coached. And so I think sometimes a lot of people get wrapped up on athleticism and being able to jump over the backboard, but you know how to play the game. And Kyle understands how to play the game. He's not going to San Antonio have to learn how to play the game, and we saw that right from the beginning. That we could play him at the one, we could play him at a stretch four. He just understands how to play. He understands how to win, and he's done that his whole career.
And with Levine going to the Timberwolves, do you think that's a good fit for him?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the Timberwolf organization or what they have, but obviously excited for Zach. And I think it's a great fit. He's got obviously incredible athleticism, a very quick individual that can get end to end very fast. So, you know, I think it's a situation to where he's very young and he'll grow each year. I think he'll continue to get better and better as he gets more reps. But somebody that we're very excited about for him to be a lottery pick and have a chance to play at that level this early in his career is a great tribute to him.
Steve, when you first saw Zach, did you imagine him being a lottery pick? Is that something, you know, after 1 year you thought to yourself, oh, this guy is a lottery pick for sure?
No, I don't think you'd ever think that. You know, the NBA, you know, it's a whole different level and mindset. And I know when we saw him this summer and he had incredible athleticism, working into his role and what he wanted to do. Somebody that wanted to run the floor and play that shooting guard position. This is something that you know he really wanted to do, and we felt like he could do it really well because of his ability to shoot the basketball. And he did that. You know, he really did that well for us until you know late in the season. Other than that, he was really, really consistent for us. So, but to say we saw him being a lottery pick last summer, no. You know, I think he had. It was one of those things. He came in and he used the brand and this system. I've always said it's a very, very powerful brand, and I think our style of play, getting up and down the floor, allows somebody like that to flourish. And he had a tremendous freshman year.
And there's a number of Timberwolves players who have come from UCLA. Do you think that will be, you know, positive for Zach? Is that good for the program? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, you know, I think if you look at a lot of programs, you know, that's why I'm very blessed to be here at UCLA. There's a vast number of NBA teams that can say they've had a lot of Bruins, because there's just been a lot of Bruins make it to the NBA. So obviously, we've had our share there with Minnesota, and majority of the UCLA guys have a lot of success. And whether it's Zach or Jordan or Kyle, we fully anticipate all three of them having very successful pro careers.
See, with Kyle, defensively, is he kind of underrated a little bit? I know he may not get as much praise because of his footwork, but defensively, is he underrated?
Well, I think he potentially has that ability, you know, at 6'9" and long wingspan, and his ability to compete. You know what he lacks in what wants to be ranked out as this great athlete or not great athlete, he way makes up for it in his ability to think the game and know angles and know positioning on the floor. He's one of those guys. He's in the right spot at the right time. He has a great feel. You know, I've always said that he and Jordan have just had tremendous feels to their game, and so I think, and you're going to have to do it. You know, if you're in Pop's organization and franchise and want to play, then you've got to be committed at both ends, and I think he'll do that because he'll do whatever it takes to not just play, but help a team win.
Did the Spurs give you or him any indication that they were going to take him earlier?
No, I don't think so. You know, I think all teams kind of reached out to us. It's been kind of crazy couple months, and everybody doing their due diligence, and you never know where guys are going to fall, and guys go earlier, guys get passed up, so you just never know kind of where that's going to fall. But I think it's a tremendous break for the Spurs to be able to get somebody like this at 30 travel and workouts for everybody for the last 2 months. So it's been draining, and you get very tired. So to have the elation last night of knowing not only you're in the first round, but you're a member of the world champion San Antonio Spurs, it's I'm sure one of the best feelings of his life, and he's very, very excited about getting down there.
What piece of advice would you give him moving forward now in his pro career?
Be who he is, and I told him this morning. I said, you don't change who you are, but you've got to take advantage of going to a franchise, an organization that really gets it from the bottom all the way to the top. They understand it. So listen to people. You've always been coachable. Make sure you stay that way, and then pay attention to the vets. I mean, you've got incredible veterans on that team that can really, really help you. So make sure you get to know them as quickly as you can and be around them as much as you can to learn as much as you can. So he's in a really good situation for that.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Steve, there was a lot of talk about Jordan maybe lacking athleticism, and obviously it didn't seem to affect him that much. He got drafted pretty highly. But what is it about his skill set that you can see and know that he's going to be successful in the NBA, even though maybe he's not the most athletic guy of this draft class?
Well, again, I think athleticism is way overrated for the most part. You can either play or you can't play, and Jordan really understands how to play. And you can give me the most athletic guy that we played against collegiately here this year, and Jordan probably outplayed him because of being smarter and being tougher. He's very physical. He's one of the most physical guards I've had the opportunity to coach. He's really worked on his body here in the last 2.5 months. He's gotten himself into great shape. But again, it's his basketball IQ. He knows how to play. You're talking about somebody who's going to break pretty much every steal record at UCLA and the Pac-12. Had he stayed 4 years. And it's not because of blinding athleticism or speed. It's because he knows how to play. He's in the right spot at the right time. And he does those same things offensively. He can score a lot of ways. He's a big guard that can post. He's a guard that can run in transition and knock down threes. He can come off screens and shoot the basketball. He can drive it. He led us with free throw attempts this year. He just has a really good knack and feel of how to play the game.
Is there anyone with the Grizzlies that you think will be really especially helpful for Adams to be working with?
Well, I've known Mike Miller a long time because his brother Ryan was on my staff in New Mexico. So, to have an opportunity for him to get with Mike, who's been one of the better shooters in the NBA over his long career. He's had a long career, a great career, and being a big guard himself. I think there's a lot of things that Mike can share with Jordan that can really, really help him, not just short term, but what all these guys want to do now. I think first it's about getting there. The hard part's about staying there. So they've gone over one hurdle of being a draft pick and getting into the NBA. Now the next order of business is how can I stay there and make it a career? And Mike has done that and had an unbelievable career. And hopefully one of the guys that he can reach out to will be Mike, because Mike can give him a lot of good advice.
And out in Minnesota, who do you think it's going to be helpful for Levine to be working with? Other players that you think will help mentor someone who's so young?
What's that?
For Levine, is there anyone on their staff that you think will be particularly helpful for him, or any of the players who can really be a mentor to someone who's coming into the NBA at such a young age?
Well, we've got a Bruin there, obviously, in Love, so that's somebody that can help him immediately. Like I said on the onset, I don't know their roster as well as I know, an organization as well as I know Memphis and San Antonio, but I know that would be a person that I would reach out because, one, he's been at UCLA, he's a West Coast guy. He knows kind of what the field has been in college, staying 1 year in college and then going to the NBA and now being with Minnesota. I think there's a lot of things that he can share with Zach that's going to help him.
We've got time for one more question. Coach, there was some speculation based on Zach's reaction that he wasn't necessarily happy with where he got drafted. What was your impression, and can you just talk about some of the pressures on a young guy being at an event like that?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think that was way overblown as just looking into and reading. I didn't sense that at all. I think it was Zach just being Zach. That's how he was in awe. I mean, draft and all those names being called, and now all of a sudden when it's your name being called, you're not only you're overjoyed, this feeling of I can't believe my name's being. It was a very humble thing. I think people read into it differently, but in my opinion, knowing Zach, that was a very humble reaction by Zach, and he's extremely fired up to